Today on Daring Abroad.
Abroad has got its own unique set of challenges, and especially as a black male.
How the Kenyan community in British Columbia, Canada, are supporting each other and the organization leading the way.
It is not everybody who is able to come to Canada and seamlessly join the community and participate. Ours is to look at the welfare of the people, the immigrants that are coming here.
This as Sacco celebrates over 30 years of impact to their members both home and away.
When you become a member of Sacco, you are a customer and an owner of the Sacco.
We feel delighted when we experience that a member have moved from this point to this point.
That is correct. Today's show is jam-packed with a lot of inspiration, both home and away, and we are glad to have you with us. My name is Michael Zimanji. Let's cross over to Canada.
When we talk about immigrants making it in foreign lands, one key component that cuts across the board happens to be strong communities. Yes, no matter where in the world one lands, an important ingredient to the success of these daring individuals is the presence of a strong support system from your fellow countrymen domiciled abroad with you. One such body that understands this all too well is the Kenyans in British Columbia, a community organization based in Canada. Dr. Kimani Karagu is its president.
We normally call ourselves the KNBC, Kenyan in British Columbia. We are an organized kind of a group that was registered by the government of British Columbia in 2006. So about 17 years into the business of organizing the communities. And so our main focus, we have about 13 areas that we do address, but mainly ours is to look at the welfare of the people, the immigrants that are coming here. How smoothly do they get into the community? How do they become productive members of the community? And how do they stay productive for their own benefit and for the benefit of the people that they left back home? So as well as making this place a home.
So helping them to adjust.
Definitely, one of
beginning
them.
New life in a foreign land it's never be easy.
And it is so lonely sometimes. So lonely sometimes,
you experience culture shock.
Exactly.
Wow.
So those are some of the things, and we decided that we will not keep quiet to matters that are within Canada and back home as well. So we try to do everything that we can. However, we are very particular that we are not religious and we are not political. So whenever we do our participation in those two areas, we are doing that as individuals.
As individuals.
Yes.
In addition, the community is also at the forefront when it comes to the preservation of Kenyan culture.
We do our Madaraka Day. We call them family barbecue days, where we come and every person comes, and not only Kenyans but friends of Kenyans and everybody who feel like they want to come and celebrate with Kenyans. And that is where we share the Kenyan culture, the Kenyan tradition, the Kenyan language, the Kenyan food, nyama choma and all that. And then towards the end of the year, we also have this big celebration we call the gala. This is where we have the Jamhuri Day. We now invite everybody who now, whether in politics, in religious affiliations, and other parties that participate in making sure that we celebrate and we do not forget where we came from, and especially understanding that Kenya has an Independence Day simply because it was colonized. So we also try to let people understand where we're coming from, where we're going, and where we are at, and also our space within Canada.
Now, a bit about British Columbia, or BC as the locals call it. It is one of Canada's 10 provinces. Located in the westernmost part of the country, British Columbia happens to be the third largest province in Canada after Quebec and Ontario. Despite being almost double the size of Kenya in surface area, BC only has a population of about 5.6 million people. With such vastness, it makes absolute sense why a Kenyan community organization was needed.
It is not everybody who is able to come to Canada and seamlessly join the community and participate. Some of us, we come at different times in our lives. Unfortunately, there are those who came here before us and they have been in the system, and because of cultural differences and other differences, they have grown old, or maybe they have been sick, or they have been, housebound, or all those things. Somehow they fall in between the cracks and they are forgotten generation.
Yes.
So our responsibility as a Kenyan community here, and being because I know I'm also growing old anyway, so eventually I might be a forgotten fella, but I do not want that to happen. So we have programs that we do have. One, we have that program that deals with seniors, remembering our seniors, members of the community, whether it is visiting them, going to pay them a visit, cleaning their houses, cooking for them, preparing meals for them, just having time with them. They have a lot of knowledge that they share with us, and we're able to, be able to strategize ourselves as well, right? So that is one. Next, we also have the other idea of, we do have what we call the benevolent fund, which now is membership kind of a thing. And it has got members that are, we are recruiting. We have about almost 60, 70 going. We want about 200 people. And we help people in such situations.
So the members contribute.
They do contribute. Every time somebody, loses, or, has, a beloved one has left, and so that they can be able to buy a ticket, or they can do any other thing that they will be able to do to support.
According to the Katanga constituency native, the benefits attached to being a member of KenBC are unparalleled, majorly due to the organization's adherence to the rule of law.
We are regulated by what we call the Registrar of Associations and Organizations by the government of British Columbia. So there are standards under which you have to follow for you to be able to be said you're within the framework and you're in good standing. So it is expected that each and every organization conducts elections for its members and directors and people leading it every year.
Let's now talk impact. Since inception, the community has been able to achieve a number of milestones.
There are some cities already here have adapted Swahili, and they are doing also the translation of their documents in Swahili language. Because if you look at the whole Swahili language here in Swahili speakers in Vancouver, the number is growing, putting in mind we are also including all the East African countries of the people who speak Swahili. So we really appreciate the government and the cities within here for making sure that even the Swahili speakers are represented either by translators going to those offices and employing Swahili speakers, or even having their documents translated in Swahili. There is one of the cities here, it's called the city of Suri, that their whole website is translated in Swahili. So that is one of the biggest milestones. And even knowing and then having a lot of Kenyans coming in and finding a place that they can call home, like in KenBC. That is also something that has been very instrumental. We have helped a lot of Kenyans in different ways,
And as Chams Media, we saw the effectiveness of the organization during the Vancouver chapter of the Daring Abroad Investment Forums 2024.
I do property maintenance, I do commercial property maintenance and residential property maintenance. Apart from that, I'm a director of events and at KenBC. So Kenyans in British Columbia, we have an organization here of which I'm the director of events.
Okay. How do you collaborate with others? Like we interviewed Kush in events management.
So basically we do events management. We are the voice of Kenyans out here.
Many things do happen abroad, but Canada is never there. Most of the time we are lumped together with the USA.
With the USA, yes.
And I don't blame anybody, because many people think we are in the North America. They don't, North America means North America, but Canada is a different country. And I think your presence here and all the organizations that I can see represented here today, and the three, today being the third day, the engagement that we have had with people, I think this is just a great genesis of a long, good story that is going to be, impacting the lives of many people, not only here in Canada, Because like say, for example, I have met a few people that want to make sure that they do not only stay in Canada and get or here, they also become, repatriates. I mean, going back to Kenya and making it home. And that's why sometimes we are so passionate and welcoming when we hear there are people coming from Kenya.
In BC, I'm one of the only East Africans who are doing events planning. It's something that we have been wanting. It's something that we have been at, and we can say you are like God sent. Charms Media is like God sent, because since our community, the Kenyan community in Canada, for the last 3 years have been very vibrant. Been very vibrant. We are getting more Kenyans coming, and people have started the conversation of investing back home. And with the way the social media works and the way we have never had a situation where we are meeting somebody one-on-one to come and explain about investment, so that we can also gain confidence with the members who want to invest back home. So this has come at the right time when the conversation has started.
When people leave, say for example, Africa and come to North America, the idea they have of North America, especially if they never travel, is so different. Only to come here and realize that, it's working day in, day out, pay bills, and the cycle continues. While back home, there is a space you have to be able to take a breath and breathe and be able to see what you have been doing. There is that social element. Here, the social element is not as much, but again, we cannot blame. It's how the system has been formulated. Very individualistic, and that's why some people would want to be able to do whatever they're doing here and be able to have a place that they could retreat to. These are the opportunities that people have not been having for the longest. And you opening this, say like the Canadian, the Vancouver market, the BC market, it's something that is going to benefit so many people. Me being one of them.
Wow.
Yes.
In the 18 years that Kenyans in British Columbia has been in operation, they have definitely been a force for good, considering the systemic challenges faced by many immigrants here.
Everybody says there are jobs, and you see it's been promoted a lot in Kenya. Kuna kazi sana Canada. Is that the reality?
The reality is that kuna kazi za kisi zao.
Si za Kenya, meaning?
There are a set of, because like I told you, I came as a qualified teacher. But when I applied to go teach there, I was told, you have to go to the class and do ABCD.
Begin afresh.
Yeah, begin
almost,
afresh.
Yeah.
Oh, because they told me you've been trained as a teacher in Kenya. Fine, that's good. However, we in Canada have got our way of training teachers. Therefore, you have to go to class and get trained so that we can allow you to go to class.
No, I mean the current jobs government has been promoting truck drivers, nurses, unskilled, semi-skilled, and government to government. We get the impression that just they are up for grabs. Is that the case?
People here are all over the place. People are finishing school. There's no jobs. However, there are jobs that the people in the country here, they select. So whatever is not selected, that's what other people may get. But it is not there. I would say, okay, the jobs are there, but they are not for them.
Community, togetherness and selflessness. These are just some of the values of the Kenyan community here in British Columbia. And as we wind up, here's a parting shot from the teacher of African history.
Canada has humbled me big time, and has shown me a few things. The things that I think that I know need to be to be put through a very serious filter of thinking, because I came from a system that wasn't working very well to a system that is extremely seamless. And sometimes I have to pinch myself to say that, okay, I am not in Kenya, I'm in Canada, and things are moving. And this is what I want us to have in 10, 15 years to come. Kenya that is working, not only for the people who have it, but for everybody who is in that country calling it Kenya. Canada has humbled me.
Many thanks to Kenyans in British Columbia standing together in the Kenyan way. Well, time for us to stop there, but next we have an informative segment courtesy of Centum Real Estate.
Investment tips with Centum Real Estate. Centum Real Estate. Real estate with real experience.
Welcome to the segment. For record purposes, kindly tell us who you are and what you do.
Thank you, Michael. My name is Doreen Onwonga. I'm a partner at KN Law LLP, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. KN Law LLP is a law firm out of Kenya with liaison offices in London. We do have 10 years of experience in the Kenyan market, and real estate is really one of our areas of expertise.
What I'm going to look at now is when investing in real estate, people have been burnt before, especially those who are based out of Kenya in the diaspora. So it is a risk to it. So is there any redress for such people? And if they choose to invest in Kenya, how safe is it?
So I think one of the first things I mentioned that, the right of property is entrenched in Kenya. There's risk, yes, but how do you mitigate that risk first by, using a trusted, lawyer, as well as, if you're buying, aligning to certain types of developments that where the risk is minimized. For example, buying a vacant parcel of land in Isinya may have a different risk profile than buying an apartment in Cascadia, for example. Because there's a very huge risk that, due could be done, but someone could, get onto the property and trespass and, it then becomes hard. Yeah, so I think in terms of the judicial system in Kenya, I think we've seen a lot of improvements. I think one of the things that for me is really a plus is the digitization of the land records, because essentially that means the period where people could go to the registry and it was physical files and papers and people could just pluck out papers and insert is actually gone because it's a digital footprint. In fact, at this time, if your property is within Nairobi, for example, if someone wants to do a search on it, because that's one of the that's how people would then start taking it away. They have to actually get your approval as the landowner that this person wants a search. Yeah, so typically what developers would do before they give you the title for you to do a search, they would cancel it. But now they actually have to get your approval. So I think for me, the digitization of the lands registry is really an amazing and a great step in the right direction. I think we're looking forward to it being rolled out to the rest of the country, because just based on that, even when you're in the UK or the US, you can sit and say, you know what, I want to look at my Adisasa portal. My property is still in my name, and no one can transact without your consent once you have that title. And they even have the code, and you're able to scan and verify this is an authentic title. So for me, I just that process I think has really helped in terms of bringing investor confidence in terms of the land regime in Kenya. When it comes to a judiciary, I think things have changed. The judiciary is now a little bit more efficient, but you're also seeing, when I'm getting into engagements, for example, as a developer, I'm also looking to explore other areas of redress, for example, arbitration, which is maybe more efficient but maybe more costly. So there's those alternative dispute resolutions methods that are in place. But I think what we have seen is generally that the courts, as long as you hold valid title, they will actually hold, that is, you actually hold valid title. We see very rare cases where the court would set aside a title, and that would typically be for areas of fraud, which as an investor then it would not be an area where you would be participating in it. And as long as you've really done your due diligence and you're investing in the property within the right title system that has certain protections that other title systems will not have, then I think you're essentially covered. I think the days when someone would come and just take your property, I think are gone. Yeah, because the other thing that the land digital system has done is, before the ministry onboards a title on the system, they actually do their own due diligence. Yeah, I remember when at some point the then CS said, those land that was at the airport. So they've already, it was as well a cleanup exercise, a cleanup of the register, so that the properties you actually have on the system are verified, legitimate titles, not on public land. So I think it's we have really, for me, I think digitization is just key in terms of getting to a point where fraud is totally extinguished. Of course, there's the random one-off cases, but I think for me, digitization has really been a game changer in terms of the sanctity of land transactions.
Okay.
Investment tips with Centum Real Estate. Centum Real Estate. Real estate with real experience.
From our investment tips with Centum Real Estate, we stick to the 254, and we're focusing today on a specific Sacco, a special Sacco that has grown leaps and bounds and has changed the lives of its members. I'm of course talking about Thai Sacco, and their story is next.
Thai Deposit Taking Sacco has over 500 members in the diaspora with a loan book of over 100 million Kenya shillings. Lilian Mweru, a caregiver living in Washington State, USA, says she knew about Thai Sacco through referral.
I came to know Thai Sacco through a group of people we had joined together so that we can start investing in Kenya. And one of the leaders of our group introduced us to Thai and told us that Thai is a good Sacco we can invest with, and they can give us loans for whatever we want to do to invest back in Kenya.
Lilian says she is planning to retire and return to Kenya. Hence, she decided to invest in the transport sector through Thai Sacco. She says she is happy she got a loan to purchase a matatu.
The journey with Thai Sacco has been quite pleasant. I've had good experience with them. And when I applied for the loan after I had started my account for around 6 months, I was able to get a loan to buy my first matatu vehicle, which is now operating between Nakuru and Nairobi. And it was an easy process. It didn't take such a long time. I did all the paperwork through email. And of course, I had a WhatsApp number where I could talk to the manager whom I was dealing with at that time. So it was so easy and very comfortable for me because I was doing everything online and at the comfort of my home in Seattle. There is another very good benefit which everybody who wants to be in the matatu business should know, that when my matatu broke down and I did not have the funds ready, I was able to get a chap-chap loan and I was able to repair my vehicle, and now it's back to work.
The demand from the diaspora customers is growing in a very big way, especially because of the trust and confidence that they have in us. We also have diaspora clients who have lost their money through maybe relatives and other institutions which are not well established. So we have a good name, and the diaspora customers come from countries like UK, we have US, we have Qatar, we have Dubai, and we are doing quite well. For us to be able to sustain our diaspora clients, we have dedicated staff to handle all issues to do with our diaspora clients. We also hold quarterly virtual meetings with our diaspora clients. Why do we hold the quarterly diaspora meetings? So that we can hear from them. What is this that they are happy about with Thai Sacco? Maybe also there could be challenges that they are getting when they are patronizing our products.
Thai Sacco is putting in place a system for a 24-hour service for the diaspora.
We have put some of the function here at the head office, and at the same time we have at the branch. But the fullest of time we shall have a manager who will only be concentrating the diaspora people. And those diaspora people, for sure, they have more than 100 million in terms of loans with equivalent amount of deposit. So we want to ensure also even our members will be traveling abroad to see how they are faring, and also to give them morale on what they are doing there.
Thai Sacco, which started in 1992 as a farmer-based Sacco dubbed Kiambu Tea Grower Sacco, initially served the interests of tea farmers in Kiambu region. The Sacco later rebranded to Thai Sacco and consequently opened its common bond so as to accommodate members from other economic sectors. Thai Sacco has been elevated to Tier 1 category with an asset base of 5.2 billion shillings. Currently, the Sacco has 90,000 members with a loan portfolio of 4.3 billion shillings.
Thai Sacco exists that our main aim is to assist our members, give them services and improve their livelihoods. We feel delighted when we experience that a member have moved from this point to this point. Basically, that is what purpose of uplifting their livelihoods.
Through Thai Sacco nimeweza kuongeza ng'ombe. Through Thai Sacco nimeweza kununua gari, and more so niko na watoto, so kama ni fees Thai Sacco. so it's the best.
The society has been on an upward growth. For instance, in the last 3 years, if I may quote, the year 2021, we had a growth of 12%. The year 2022, we managed a growth of 14%. And comes the year 2023, we had a growth of 21.08%. So it is evident that we've been on an upward trajectory.
Sacco has an array of products the diaspora can benefit from.
We have products that cut across all sectors of the economy. We have savings products, we have credit products. It all depends with members' needs. Whoever who comes to any of our units comes out with a solution. So basically, as long as you're economically empowered and there's something that you are doing that brings you income, we customize our product as per our members' needs. Some of these products, especially the savings products, immediately a customer opens an account, we give what we call an ordinary account. That is where we enable our members to save on share capital, to own a fraction of the Sacco. We also have savings like non-withdrawable savings. These are savings that we look at when we are giving a multiplier. Remember, Sacco is savings and credit. So a member has to save for this person to get credit. So we give them a platform for them to save in order to qualify for a credit. Some loans cut across, multiplier of 3, multiplier of 5, depending with the loan type and the period that the money will be out there.
If a client or if a diaspora customer has some money and does not have an immediate project or program to use the money, we can negotiate a very favorable interest rate for a period of maybe 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, even 2 years. You can also have a core account. A core account is where you give us money, maybe say 5 million for 1 year, but before the end of 1 year, maybe a need arises, you can be able to recall part of that money, and whatever you remain is what you'll be earning interest for the remaining period of the core account deposit. Away from fixed deposits, we have seen diaspora clients investing in property, real estate, and pieces of land in different parts of the country. Some have also been able to buy residential houses.
One of the key pillars of Sacco's strategic plan is diversification in terms of outreach and products.
Aquila Insurance Agency is a sister company to Sacco. We offer several products according to individual needs. You come for a general insurance cover, like I mentioned before. You come for a medical insurance cover, and you come for a life insurance cover through Aquila Insurance Agency in partnership with reputable insurance companies. So when you want to come for our products, you will find Aquila Insurance Agency in all our Sacco branches. There is a designated insurance agent you will find in the branch. He or she will be able to advise you on the best product that you can partake. He'll also take you through the journey of enrolling.
Sacco has various methods of money transfer that caters for the needs of both the local and diaspora members.
You can transfer money, you can save money, you can check your balance. It is very robust. We have a USSD code, we have a pay bill, and to our merchants, our business community, we have Lipana Sacco, whereby we allow them to get tills with us, also pay bills with us, so that now their businesses are run digitally.
My conveniences is I'm able to do banking online, and also I can do it on my phone with the app, and I can do all the transactions whether I'm here or whether in the US.
Diaspora remittances, according to the Central Bank of Kenya, is now Kenya's top foreign income earner, with statistics indicating that in 2023, Kenyans living abroad sent home well over 600 billion Kenya shillings. The impact on the country's socio-economic development is huge, with Sacco standing out as one of the channels through which the diaspora can invest back home.
I want to tell the diaspora team that Sacco is a farm institution, and they should feel free to come and partner with us. Let them come and open accounts, so that we can be able. In fact, we also want to tap whatever is abroad and bring it back to our nation.
Many thanks to Sacco for that impressive work of transforming lives of their members, both home and away. With that, we have come to the end of the show, but before I leave your screens, we have been bringing you investment opportunities by Centum Real Estate, and today it is no different. Yes, we have an exciting investment opportunity, Awali Estate at Vipingo Development in Kilifi. If interested, kindly contact Centum Re for more information. With that, we're done. Many thanks for watching, and let's do this again next time.
Unity Homes is a housing developer, and we focus on creating high-grade investment properties. We were founded in 2015 really with the aim of producing high-quality homes at an affordable price. At present, we have 3 projects ongoing within Tartu City. Silver Hill is a passion project. I love that London-style architecture. The ground floor is a dining room, living room, open-plan kitchen. It's got an electric fireplace. The whole thing opens up into your own private garden. We've got a gym, we've got a swimming pool, we've got a sauna, we've got a business centre, but we've also got a private park. I would urge anybody who's watching this, whether you're in the diaspora, whether you're in Kenya, you should get in touch with us. We make sure that these are pleasant places to bring up families.